Hello, and welcome to a new series that I am calling Dolan's Wacky Workshop. The main point of this is to showcase fun and funny builds for use in Ace Combat 7's multiplayer mode. I, being a lover of memes and dreams both, have wanted to do a video series like this for a while, but I never got around to it. Because procrastination. But since I'm back in the AC7 scene, I figure I might as well get around to it now. Today's subject is a build of the Su-57 that I like to call Fast Felon. The name comes from the plane's new NATO designation, which is Felon, and the fact that its entire playstyle revolves around its ability to go fast and chase down targets. What inspired this build was a spreadsheet posted on Reddit some time ago covering plane stats in virtually every category in exhaustive detail, way more than what the game's pitiful stat screen shows. I'll have a link for it in the description below. I was looking at some plane specs for funny builds to try out, and I stumbled upon a gold mine when I found that the Su-57 had a higher acceleration rate than the MiG-31 Foxhound. And since the Foxhound's acceleration rate is totally bonkers, my mind was instantly blown. On top of that, the Su-57 is the 8th fastest plane in the entire game, with a speed rating of about 30-50 km per hour. The Foxhound, by comparison, has a speed rating of 34-50 km per hour. So it's clearly no slouch in the speed department. So what to do with all that hot thrusting action? Pulse laser drive-bys, that's what. The Su-57 is arguably the best platform in the game for pulse lasers. It's decently agile and incredibly stable, allowing for quick and precise shooting. On top of that, its natural bulk allows it to take hits that would spell doom for other planes attempting laser runs. And now with the discovery of the speed and acceleration it possesses by moi, it can pursue its targets as well. After fiddling around with parts in the hangar, this build is what I came up with. This build primarily focuses on top speed as well as getting there quickly, with both acceleration and speed parts on it. However, maneuverability is still a focal point of the build, as you won't be able to laser targets effectively without being able to leave your target. So I also threw on the air brakes and a level 1 superior maneuverability part for good measure. The remaining parts just amp out the lasers. All 3 laser parts are used, so the build is laser focused on beaming enemy targets. Of course, a build is only fun once you get to play around with it, and it's not a bad build by any stretch. There are, however, some things a player needs to keep in mind when using it. The first and foremost thing is that just because you're fast and tanky does not mean you're invincible. Missiles, especially QAMs, will still sting a lot. Railguns and H-Paws will kill you outright. The best defense you have is to simply not get hit, and you have the speed and agility to do so use it. Secondly, special care needs to be taken when dealing with railgun users. A lot of Su-51 users will run armor in order to tank a railgun shot. Because the Su-57 is not running armor, you don't have that luxury. If you see a railgun user about to line up a shot, break off immediately. In other words, don't do this.
Zulu 1, down. Zulu 1, down.
Lastly, running away is always an option. If you're chasing down someone and you can't get a beat on them, leave the furball as fast as you can and approach from a different angle. Sure, you'll probably get a few people chasing you, but most of them will eventually lose you and return to the furball. Why? Because the Su-57 has a little thing called stealth. Stealth makes it so your plane is harder to detect on radar. If you're a certain distance away from the target, you won't show up at all. Granted, the Su-57 can be detected at greater ranges than other stealth planes like the Raptor and Black Widow, but you still have the speed and acceleration to bail out of a fight if you need to. By the same token, slowing down and engaging in a chase is an equally valid option. The thing is, planes are harder to maneuver at faster speeds, and getting beads on targets is all the more difficult when you have the throttle button taped down. Your deceleration rate is even better than your acceleration rate, so don't hesitate to slow down and unleash hell on some poor fool if you have the opportunity. Keep this advice in mind, and the fast Felon should serve you well. Speedy, powerful, and fluid, this build is one of the most fun I've flown in a long time. Check it out!
This is AWACS Windmaker. We have you on radar. Enemy detected. Clear to engage. Take down as many as you can. Your call sign is Oscar 1. Missile closing. Evade. Missile incoming!
Missile.
Enemy in the rear! Target is in gun range. Oscar 1 down. Enemy ace destroyed. Careful, enemy locked on. 3 minutes remaining. Target is in gun range. Top rank. Missile in the air. Careful, enemy locked on you. Bandit on you. Two minutes remaining. Chaffin flares depleted. Oscar 1, bandit on you. Enemy locked on. Oscar 1, missile. Operation airspace. 30 seconds remaining.
Missile. Missile. Missile.
Careful, enemy locked on you.
Missile.
Combat time's up.
Missile.
The mission was a success.
Missile.
You won.